patio wasn't even here, and it was just moss roses. My granddad put moss roses out here, and it was thick all the way up to the driveway here, just like grass. And just beautiful reds and yellows and pinks, and then Mom used to come out here in her bathing suit and
lay down in the moss roses.
Lay down in the moss roses and get suntan.
Yeah.
So that's that. Things to remember.
I do. I can remember, and I have pictures of us before they put the permalock. I was standing up there.
Yeah.
We'll save those pictures.
And you were standing there like this, being tall. I remember. Yeah. Remember when we planted all these sugar maple trees?
Yeah, because the sun was just doing things.
Indeed, yeah. Yeah.
One of the worst things about this house was always the sun when it set in the evening.
Yeah, it was so
Ended up
hot.
planting a big elm tree right over here by that pile of junk.
Yeah.
And it was there for years and years and years.
Yeah, it kept dying. Sorry behind that.
Now, what did you find in the?
The lady that owned 5 acres
that
on
granary?
the other side
Yeah.
of the original church. And so they bought it.
That's hard to explain. Antique planes,
And about a year after
the
that,
wood planes,
then someone came
they
to
would
her
probably have to be
house.
refurbished.
Uh-huh.
They'll be worth keeping. Old jugs like this, bottles, dolls, ceramics, 20, like some 24 karat gold ceramic stuff. Oh, sickles, old tools, books, just tons of stuff. Tons of stuff. She still got to go through a lot, but at least they got the mess cleaned up. She got the dirt out of it, and that was the main big garden here. It was just, you know, Mom and I have spent days and hours and years out here. And I'm sure these deer are living back in these trees over here behind the old chicken house.
Yeah.
You can see the trails that they usually walk through the weeds. You can follow their trails. And at one time, this was all full of cars from here back. Just car, just all the way through there. And as kids, he taught us how to run blow torches and welders and this and that. Now, see if you can see it right there. This whole area right here. See how the weeds are folded down?
Uh-huh.
This is where the deer have been bedding.
Oh.
You can see there's 1, 2, 3 spots.
Yeah.
They've been bedding in here. We probably disturbed them. But then again, they could stand right in front of you, you wouldn't see them. Right in the middle of them. Well, that's the chicken house.
Chicken
The
house.
one on the left-hand side is
Rabbits.
yeah. I put some on the left hand over there.
What was that house?
That one.
That
back there
thing,
is
yeah.
just, at one time it was a mushroom house. My granddad tried raising mushrooms at one time.
Sounds neat.
Yeah, he took this old camper thing that he got from somewhere and turned it into a mushroom house. And Mom and I made that old refrigerator into a smoker. And smoked fish and ribs and stuff like that.
Maybe we could grow some more mushrooms in there someday.
It goes down about the patch of yellow weeds back there inside this tree. That's about the end of the property. See, back in the days we used to burn trash here. When you could burn.
I'll tell you a story about that. Way out there in the back, he had a hole in the ground. And he used to take all the wire out of cars and stuff, put it down in there, pour gasoline on it, start a fire. Put a cover over it and just let it smolder, and then when it cooled off, take the copper and sell it. One day, he had started his fire, and the fire truck came in. He comes out, "What's the matter? What's the matter? You got a fire down there." "We got a fire down there? Where's the fire?" And he goes, and they show him where he's, "Well, I'll be god damn. Them kids must have come through here and threw some matches down there again." That's what he always. Another time he was burning, he was out here, and he heard the fire truck come. So real quick, he used to wear overalls with the pliers in the pocket. He grabbed his pliers, he went out there, and he slid up underneath the car. The fire truck came in, a fireman walked up to him, he pulled out from underneath the car, and he said, "What's the matter, officer? What's the matter? You got a fire out here." "Where's the fire?" Pulled himself up, had the gout so bad. Limping, "Where's the fire? Where's the fire?" They showed him where the fire. "Well, I'll be damned. Them kids keep coming through here and throwing out their cigarettes and matches." And he laughed about that. His eyes would just dance and twinkle when he told that story.
Got one over on the
Yeah.
fire department.
He used to burn his trash.
What was in the grain silo? Grain?
No,
It's just like a tool storage and
chicken feed and rabbit feed,
Uh-huh.
and his rototiller and his shovels, and his rifle and trash and junk that he collected and pack
Motors.
rat.
tool.
Lots of tools, lots and lots of tools.
He'd stand in there. The magpies used to get so thick out here that he'd cut himself a hole in the back of the granary there, and he'd get in there with his 410 shotgun. And since the magpies were so thick, he would set pieces of meat on the corners of the chicken roost out there. The magpies would come and land on the posts. He'd do a magpie.
Yeah, but what he did, Roger, is he took some, when he butchered a chicken or a rabbit, he'd take the guts and he'd put it on there, and then he put chicken wire over it so that the magpies couldn't pick
Just
it up
walk
and
off
fly
with it.
away with it.
That's true.
And so they'd be standing there picking at it, and he had the hole in the granary with a rag there, and he'd lay his old 410 there, and pow, and he'd get the whole magpies.
Yeah, the magpies got pretty thick out here.
They were terrible.
Why were they a problem?
Oh, they're just because they eat up all the chicken feed.
Oh, I see.
He put chicken feed out for his chickens because he raised chickens and rabbits, and they would eat it up faster than he could keep it out there for the chickens.
Yeah,
And they eat up all the fruit in the garden. They eat everything that you plant, the
Yeah.
strawberries, all the fruit trees. They would just destroy it. And the grapes, they would eat them as fast as they came on before they even had time to mature and ripen.
Mm-hmm.
And the strawberries, you have to grow them on the ground. And he used to get out there on his hands
This
and
used to be
knees.
full of strawberries right through here. And like
Go out
that.
there on his hands and knees every morning and cultivate it. And it was a lot of work for him because he was an old man.
He used to go down to the food stores down here off of Leetsdale, and he'd get all their old vegetables and
Lettuce
the
cuttings
day-olds
and
and stuff
leaves.
like that. He'd bring them back home here, and we'd sit right over here in the shade and clean them and take all the bad stuff, cut the bad parts out of them, take half of it, throw it away or whatever. And then we would go back out south here to some of the poorer families and the Spanish people and stuff. And he'd pull up, we'd pull up in the driveway, and all the kids would come running out and say, Mr. Harry, Mr. Harry, Mr. Harry, Mr. Stephan, and everybody would walk out. And
give him stuff.
they'd walk up and he'd open the tailgate, and there'd be boxes of damaged fruit, but he'd already washed it and cleaned it. And then they'd say, how much? And he'd go, oh, 50 cents a box. And,
A quarter.
oh, you don't have 50 cents, Harry, you know. And he'd go, all right, quarter. Oh, Mr. Stephan, you know, things are hard. And he'd go, well, you could pay me next time. And he'd
Or
just
take it off
unload.
my hands.
He'd
Take
just,
it off
yeah,
my hands.
Take it off my hands. So he did that on a daily basis, you know, to help people out.
Yeah.
He was
Every
good-
morning,
he was a good
years
man.
ago, there used to be a Winchell's Donut Shop right up here on Havana. And every morning at 4 o'clock, he would go up there, and they had to clean the case, get all the donuts out,
For the new day.
throw them out, get all new stuff in. And he would get them, they'd throw them all in boxes. And he used to take them to the orphanages and the nursing homes and stuff. Just walk in and take them huge boxes of donuts and stuff. Couldn't do enough for people. He grew cantaloupe one year. He had cantaloupe. He was telling everybody, come and get some cantaloupe. They were taking cantaloupe out of here by the wheelbarrow full because he
just thought he'd grow cantaloupe that year for everybody.
just do it for somebody.
That whole back end all the way up to that old boat up there would just be just thick with cantaloupe.
Cantaloupe.
Or the little watermelons. He liked them little round
Sugar
ones.
babies.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good old grandpa.
Yeah. I can remember him getting all that stuff from them. And when he would go to King Soopers and they would give him all that damaged stuff, he'd come home and he'd clean it and put it in plastic bags and take to people. And then he'd get his fresh eggs and wash them and take them and give them to the guys that gave him the vegetables.
That's right, yeah. You give fresh eggs to the
Fresh
guy,
eggs
the
to all the guys
produce
that gave him
dealer.
the vegetables. Yeah, he was a good man.
I have seen where the wolf has slept by the silver stream. I can tell by the mark he left you were in his dream.